So now I have the toe seam done and the heel seam done, and the heel seam tied right to the bottom. I'm going to start at the toe end with my extra long strand of yarn and start seaming the top to the bottom. I know a lot of people have said that they've used 2 strands of yarn for doing this, and if that works for you, great. I've never used it and I've never had issues, but the places you really want to look out for are the toe and the heel, because that's what's going to separate during felting the most. So basically I just like to reinforce these areas and make sure that they're tight. And as you can see, I am doing this pretty tight. It's about as tight as I can go without bunching the fibers together. So I'm keeping the same motion, and I'll make it a little slower now. Then I go to the next stitch, I go up, and I catch the upper piece. Then I go to the next stitch of the upper piece, I go down, and I catch the lower piece, and so forth. Just up and down, always the next stitch. And if it makes it easier to block the pieces first, by all means do it. I think for taking pictures on the original pattern, I actually ironed the pieces so they wouldn't curl as much, and it does make the seaming easier. You can just see the stitches very clearly. So I'm getting close to the heel end. I always like to check and make sure it looks like I'm gonna have the right amount of each piece left, and it looks like I'm right about there. Sometimes it doesn't go exactly as planned. Okay, now I'm at the heel, and what I'm going to do here is just make sure I have maybe a few extra stitches, because this is where it's going to tend to separate here and at the toe. So I'm just going to make sure that I hit every stitch and maybe go back a little even to make sure that it's not going to separate. It will save a lot of time in the felting department, and I learned that early on. It's easier to seam extra here rather than to seam with a darning needle when the felting has already started and I'm starting to get holes. Plus it makes a more uniform slipper. So I got past that, and I'm gonna put this down for now, and I'll meet you at the toe end.